Guys, I've got here the Big Daddy S-Class. It's the S63 4.4 liter twin turbo V8, and this car has a stunning interior. The only luxury missing from this car is wireless CarPlay, wireless Android Auto. We're gonna add that to this car on the original screen today, and I'm gonna take you along the process to see how you can do it, or if you want me to do it, you can reach out to me at info@westernautocustoms.com.au and see how I can help you. Now for the first part of the disassembly, the rear AC ducts are gonna come out, so you can just kind of get your finger behind there and pry it open. You'll see there's one blue connector here, after which the panel can sit on the side. That is the first connector that comes out of your AC duct. After that, there's two more connections here. First one being this black little clip, and the second one being this big yellow clip. You kind of have to pull it out towards you, and after that you can undo it from the left side. There's a push tab, press it, and it should pop out of socket. Now for this next part of the install, there's two Torx 30 in there that you have to remove, and then we'll move on to the front section, remove another two Torx 30, and this whole center console will lift up and above. Now moving on to the front of the car, you can flip this cover open, and then there's one tab that you can kind of push. Your cup holders will slide out. There's a rubber tray underneath that you have to get out. Now once that rubber grommet is out, there's another two Torx 30 in there. So now with this plastic panel, to remove it, you actually have to disconnect it from the ambient lighting strip that's on there. Once that is disconnected, this will sit on the side. You can lift up this whole transmission tunnel. You kind of have to swivel it out. Once you start swiveling it out, it's gonna go back a little bit. Again, make sure you have tons and tons of padding here. You don't want this metal bracket down here to scratch onto anything. So once you start swiveling it out, there's gonna be one more connector at the front that's connected to your center dial. You have to undo that. Once that is undone, this whole thing can either come out of the car or it can sit all the way to the back. Now for the next part of the installation is removing the NTG5 radio unit. It's held on by just two Torx 20, one on this side, one on the other. That's the bracket that's gonna pop out, and the whole radio will come out. From where we can start doing our installation. Now once you have your factory radio out, the only plugs we're gonna be concerned with is this single blue connection here at the back, which is the LVDS, which is for your display signal, and the other one is your quad lock, which we're going to be intercepting into and transplanting the fiber optics from this original factory quad lock into a new integration kit quad lock. That is our factory quad lock. You see this orange pair of cable with this maroon shielding on top, that's the fiber optics. You want to take a note of which slot, there's two slots here, the one to the left and one to the right. You want to make a note of where this is plugging in on the factory side. So when you're plugging in your new quad lock from the integration kit, you have to plug it in the exact same spot. Otherwise you would have no sound or your reverse camera on your screen. Here's everything that comes in the integration box. This is the integration module which we're going to use today. The quad lock interception with the power cable for our integration module, Wi-Fi antenna, and LVDS interception cable. Now you can see that I'm taping all of the wires that came in the integration kit. It's always a good idea to tape everything that you're using. It just makes the whole installation not only look nicer, but also you prevent any chance of the wires dangling and rattling around with the rest of the car. Now we have just finished up doing our wiring. As previously mentioned, we're gonna be intercepting onto your factory quad lock, as you can see here, and the LVDS has been tapped onto. Everything is plug and play into your module side. If you can see here on the module is hiding behind this carpet. You can't even tell if something's been done. You can't tell that the module is there. It's very neat installation. Definitely it's a good place to install. There's a lot of room in there that you don't have to worry about. You can use some nice high quality sticky double-sided, which I'm going to add now. That's going to remove any rattles from the car from this installation. Alright guys, now next step is to test your actual system. Once you've mounted your module and plugged in your center console. So what I have done is I went ahead and put the whole thing back together. I've just not put on the screws, but I'm very confident that this whole system is going to work. So I've just paired up my phone. Now in order to switch to your CarPlay, you want to press and hold the start button on your center. Boom, we're into CarPlay. I do not have good reception here, so I'm not able to play or stream any music. However, in your case, if you have reception or if you have any offline music or whatever, you can stream it directly. Now, one special feature that only our modules do in the market is if you have music playing up there, is also integrated into your instrument cluster. I have not seen another module in the market doing the same thing, having your aftermarket CarPlay integrated with your instrument cluster as well as your original screen. Now for the next process, I'm gonna screw back everything up. I can see that everything is working. In your case, however, if you're not able to get into the CarPlay screen, it is gonna be your dip switches. So make sure you play around with the dip switch. The kit itself comes with an instruction of which car and near and their dip switches accordingly. So play around with it and it will work eventually. I had to go through a couple of them myself and now have a look at how good that looks, guys. So I'm gonna stop the recording now, put everything back together. Testing is done. Now with the CarPlay all set up and my phone about to die, that is going to be a wrap for me in this video. If you want to DIY something like this in your car, click the link here. Or if you want me to do an install like this for your car, be it S-Class, any Mercedes, BMW, Audi, or practically any other car, send me an email on info@westernautocustoms.com.au to see how I can help you. Peace.